Shalom, 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 Israel. I am Israel, a true seeker of Yahweh. Kwam Yasharala, Kwam Yasharala. Welcome back to the reading of the Bible. Genesis chapter 4 we got to do. We got to get on. But before I start that, I just wanted to let y'all know that, man, we got a big feast coming up. We got a big feast coming up, the new moon and the blowing of the trumpet this Sunday. Coming up on the 21st. I think it's the 21st. This Sunday, though. Got a nice big feast coming up. And I think that's Leviticus 23. It's the blowing of the trumpet. Celebration time, Israel. Celebration, baby. Celebration. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24. 23. And the Lord spake I can't see what my glasses. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, the year don't start in January. Spring begins a new year. New things blooming. Everything dead in winter. January still this winter. That's winter. February is still winter. That's winter. Spring begins a new month. So he said, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the first day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpet and holy convocation. Boy, we gonna enjoy that convocation, that holy convocation. That's the feast. That's what God gave us. The feasts that God, one of the feasts that God gave us, Israel. Yeah, man, yeah. But first of all, we want to just give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Yeah. Man who don't really need no introduction. Don't need no introduction. Will always be introduction on this platform here. Like I said, I am Israel, a true seeker of Yahweh. Like, share, and subscribe and comment, man. Like, share, and subscribe and comment. Let's get us a live process going on, man. Well, we're going to read Genesis chapter 4 today, so everybody get their Bibles out. Me prefer the Holy King James Version Bible with the Apocrypha. I have to go on my phone for the Apocrypha. Well, today we probably not going to go in the Apocrypha. So we'll just be in our regular Bible. And we read in Genesis chapter 4. Everybody go to Genesis chapter 4. And this time we're going to do it a little different today. So look, reading all the way through, we're going to go as we read. We're going to try it like that. We're going to go as we read. Okay, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. So Adam knew his wife. He slept with his wife. They conceived and have a child and bore a son, and they called his name Cain. So this is the firstborn of Adam. So like, these heartburns getting to me now. This is the firstborn of Adam and Eve, Cain. Verse 2. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. So she conceived and gave birth to another son named Abel. Now Abel was a sheep of the cattle of the sheep. He was a keeper of the Salaka. He was a keeper of the sheep, the cattle. Now, Most High got a favorite cattle. Most High got a favorite animal. a favorite cattle, a favorite bird. He got a favorite thing, like favorite people. That's his thing. And Cain was a tiller of the ground. So Cain liked to grow. He was a tiller of the ground. He planted herbs and fruits and stuff like that. Verse 3. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground and offered unto the Lord. Now, in process of time, Cain brought the fruit of the ground where he grew to the Lord. When he grew to the Lord. Now he just brought, it said in process of time, it came to pass that Cain, that Cain brought of the fruit. He brought of the fruit of the ground and offering unto the Lord. See, we have to give offering. So Cain brought of the ground, of the fruit of the ground, his offering. I'm trying to, I wanted to pull a precept for that. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 12. All the best of the oil, and all the best of the wine, and of the wheat, the first fruits of them which they shall offer unto the Lord, them have I given thee. So Cain brought his first fruit of what he offered. The first fruit of the harvest, you offer it to the Lord. That's a sacrifice. You offering up a sacrifice unto the Lord. So Cain offered his first fruit. Verse 4. And Abel, he also brought of the firstling of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. Now Abel brought his. He brought the it said Abel brought of the firstling, so of the first birth of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And he brought of the fat thereof. He brought the best of the best that he had. See, Cain just brought of offering of his fruits. He gathered the best that he had. Abel brought the best of his firstling, brought of the firstling of the flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. The Lord had respect unto his Abel and to the offering. The firstling of this is the book of Numbers, precept, Numbers of the firstling. Numbers chapter 18, verse 17. But the firstling of a cow, or the firstling of a sheep, where he was a tilter of the sheep, or the firstling of a goat, thou shalt not redeem. So these the first of the born, you should not redeem. They are holy. They are holy. They are set aside, apart, just like you, just like me, just like the Bible. We are holy. We set apart. And it said, thou shalt not redeem. They are holy. Thou shalt sprinkle their blood upon the altar, and shall burn their fat for an offering made by fire, for a sweet savor unto the Lord. So he brought the best of his. That's why God had respect until Abel offering what he brought to him. I think I got another precept. Let me see what this one says. See, he brought it to the Lord. So during that time, we ain't had the priests and all that. We ain't had the priest. So he brought it to the Lord, the firstling of his fruit. He brought it to the Lord. And And God had respect for his offering because it was the best of the best, the good of the fat. It was Hebrews chapter 11 verse 4. By faith, see, he had faith. Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain. His sacrifice was way better than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying of his guilt, and by it he being dead yet speak. See, it's the faith that he had, and he had brought the best of his length. Let's move on. Verse 5. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect, and Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. Now, unto Cain and his offering, he ain't had respect for it. And Cain got angry. He got very angry. Verse 6. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? So the Lord came to him, why are you angry? Why are you upset? Why are you mad? And what else God said to him? Verse 7. If thou doest well, should thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lie at the door, and unto thee shall it be his desire, and thou shalt rule over them. So he said, if thou doest well, if thou bring the best, be righteous and bring the best of your firstling, and being righteous, not sitting around wondering, like what they say, a wandering mind is the devil's playground. Not being like that, you're just sitting there, and it's like evil thoughts coming in your head. That's why he said, and sin lie right there at the door, and they're gonna rule over him. Like what he said, and unto thee shall be his desire, meaning, and thou shalt rule over him, meaning that it gonna rule over him. Unto thee shall be his desire, and it shall rule over him. Verse, what verse we at? Verse 8. Yeah, verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. Now, Cain conned his brother. He tricked his brother. What the serpent did to Eve, he deceived her. The same thing what Cain did to his brother. See, sin lied right at the door. See, if it's right there, and that's your desire to have sin, he sat right there and thought of ways what he gonna do to his brother. Cause the Lord ain't had respect to his offering. Still trying to do what the Lord said. If you dug well, will you not be, what he said? If thou does it well, should thou not be accepted? He would have been accepted. But he sat right there and just let anger build on top of anger, and just let it. It's like he just sat there and meditated on it. And it feared up. So he conned his brother. He talked to his brother. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother. He talked with Abel, his brother. It came to pass now. And it came to pass when they were in the field. Now he done conned his brother to trick. Come on, let's take a walk. And they talked. And they walked off into the field. Now they in the field. That Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. Now Cain rose up against Abel, his brother. That's not brotherly love. That's not how you show your brother you love him. Cain was very wicked. He was very wicked. This is the book of 1 John chapter 3, verse 12. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own work was evil, and his brother righteous. Because his own work was evil. Because the Lord ain't had respect to his work, his offering, what he do grow from the ground. Because you ain't brought him the best of your firstlingling. Abel brought the best of the sheep and the best of the fat of the sheep. He brought the best. Now, like it said in 1 John chapter 3, not as Cain, who was of that wicked. He sat there and had wickedness on his mind. Wickedness. The first death, the first murder in history. The first murder. And slew his brother. And wherefore slew him? Because his own work were evil. You ain't practiced righteousness. You didn't let that serpent got to you. See, that being like Eve, wandering around. Adam went with Eve when she just wandered around. That's how the serpent got to her. Same way. He just wandering. He was mad. Especially when God said what he said. And he ponder on that. And it built wickedness in his heart, in his mind. It's built wickedness. When I say heart, I mean in his mind. It's built wickedness in his heart. Because he thought of it. You can't think of that in your heart. He plotted on this. And he slew his brother. And he slew his brother. Verse 9. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother keeper? Whoa. He said, he know not. Is he his brother keeper? Are you supposed to be your brother keeper, right? I feel like you do. But he wasn't, when he said, am I brother keeper? No, he's not his brother keeper. Cain was of the wicked. He was of his father, the devil. Let's get a precept. The book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. It said, ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. See, that's what he did. He are his father, the devil. See, Adam the one was made in the image of God. He was the one that made in the image of God. This is the seed of Adam. Cain wasn't made in the image of God. God did not make Cain. God made man, Adam. So Cain is the image. Ye are your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning. From the beginning, the first murder in the world. And abide not in the truth. And he lied to God. He know not when he killed his brother. But God already knew. And abide not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. For he is a liar and the father of it. That what Cain is. wickedness. And as you see of the day, who this mount to? Who is this? This devil. You're going to learn who this devil is. You're going to learn exactly who this devil is. Let's keep going. Verse 10. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother blood cried unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which had opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand? God asked him, you cursed? I received it opened up. The earth opened up to receive your brother. Open her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. So God cursed him. Verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. A fugitive and a vagabond. A wanderer. God basically kicking them out. They already got kicked out the Garden of Eden, or what Adam and Eve did. But he still had mercy. He blessed Adam and Eve with 2 sons. And one was of the father, of Satan, and one was of righteousness, of God. So now he kicking him out. He became a fugitive and a vagabond. Shall thou be in the earth? Wandering, messed up. You don't have no help from the Most High. It's like he done. He washed his hand with it. I'm done. Verse 13. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Cain said, my punishment is greater than can he bear. But what was that you did to your brother? You ain't think about that? But you want God to have mercy. And God showed mercy. Because he is a merciful God. A lovable God. Let's keep going. Verse 14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from the face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. You killed your brother, so now you want God to have mercy on you. See, God cast them away from his presence. He cast them out. Be gone. You are your fathers of the devil. Him that's who you abide by. Him that's who you follow. You ain't want to do righteous. If you did good, you would have been accepted. But you got accepted by the devil. And you took on his knowledge, his wisdom, his understanding, his wickedness. That's what Cain did. Now he afraid that anybody find him after the Most High kicked him from out of his presence. and hid his face from him, and hid his face from him, let me give you a precept what God did to him when he hid his face from him. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 15. It's like, and when ye spread forth your hand, I will hide my eyes from you. When ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. He will not hearken to him. He done with him. He decided to accept the serpent. He decided to accept the beast, the devil, the Satan. That old serpent. That's what he decided on. Let's keep it moving. Verse 15. And the Lord said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any find him should kill him. Now, God set a mark upon him and said, anybody kills Cain, it gonna be sevenfold. It gonna be sevenfold, meaning it gonna be more. Definition. Abundantly added to you. Let me pull up the definition right quick. A sevenfold. Okay, 7 times as great or as numerous. Mean it's going to increase, basically. By 7 times the number or amount. Increase. It's like an increase, basically. Let's see what it means in the Bible. In the Bible, sevenfold means completeness, perfection, or a total measure of something, often signify divine justice, restoration, or multiplication. The number 7 is deeply symbolic, represent wholeness and perfection, and when used in sevenfold, it identifies this concept, indicate a full and absolute outcome, meaning anybody kill Cain, they're gonna be on there sevenfold. They're gonna be worse. That's what he did. See, he is merciful. He is very merciful. God is a merciful God, because he showed mercy on them. That's what I see. That's the mark he put on him, the sevenfold. He protected him. Who else he protecting around him to do what they want to do? He's saving them for something. We're going to find out who else that person is. Now you finna see exactly where Esau really come from, where he get the spirit of this from. Esau don't come waiting into Genesis 25. The last 2 generations, the last 2 nationalities. Jacob and Esau, the last 2 nationalities. And Esau act just like Cain. Just like the serpent deceived Eve, the serpent deceived Cain, the serpent deceived Esau. In a row. It's a lot of us out here. Verse 16. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. So Cain went out the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod. The place where he wandered to, it's on the east side of Eden. Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 39. Therefore, this is what God gave him. Behold, I will utterly forget you. I will forsake you in the city that I gave you and your father, and cast you out of my presence. He gave him Eden. He cast him out of the presence. He cast him, Eden, get away. Sent him over there to the east of Eden. Nod, meaning wandering. He just was a lost soul wandering. This how Satan do you. This how the serpent do you, the devil. When he done warn you and got you against God, got you going against God, he leave you. No help. He laughing at you. He just wants that soul that God blew in Adam, that living soul. You became a living soul. He want that soul. That's all he want. Let's move on. Verse 17. Shalaga, bear with me for a minute. I wanted to say something else. What that is? Let me see something real quick. What a 9/11. That ain't. Let's continue. Verse, where we at? Verse 17. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, and bare Enoch. And he built a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. Now Cain knew his wife. Now this, y'all see the difference as we read. They taught us that Adam and Eve was referred to, and they had Cain and Abel, and they were the only folk living in the world. But it just said Cain knew his wife. Now Cain got sent away. They already got kicked out of the Garden of Eve. Then Cain got sent away, right? So who is this wife? How he found a wife? So there had to been more people here. That's in the beginning when he said he created male and female. He created he, them. He created male and female. So Cain got a wife, and he knew his wife, and they conceived and bare a son, and he named his son Enoch. And he built a city. They named their children out their city too. That's a big thing. They name cities out of their children to keep it going. I got a precept on that too. That was that Psalms 49 and 11. Psalms 49 and 11. And it reads, their inward thoughts is that their house shall continue forever, and their dwelling place to all generation. They call their lands after their own names. And he named it after his son, Enoch. Let's keep going. Verse 18. And unto Enoch was born Irad, and Irad begot Mehujael. Y'all, I can't really pronounce these names, just bear with me. Mehujael, and Mehujael begot Methuselah, and Methuselah begot Lamech. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives. The name of the one was Adah, and the name of the other Zillah. And Adah bare Jabal. He was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle. So Jabal, he was the keeper of the sheep, the cattle, not the sheep, because that what Abel was, the keeper of the sheep. He was the keeper of the cattle. That means all cattle, sheep, goat, all the cattle. What fall up on the cattle, the farm animal, that's cattle. And he was the keeper of that. And what we were, verse 21. And his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handled the harp and organ. He played the flutes. He was the brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handled the harps and the organ, playing the instrument. These Cain boys. And this was the mother of Lamech, one of Lamech's wives. These ain't Cain boy, these Cain grandson, great-great-grandson, because Lamech is a great-great-grandson. And he had 2 boys. The name of one was Adah, the name of the other Zillah, and Adah bare Jabal. Adah bare Jabal and his brother Jubal. Verse 22, and Zillah, she also bare Tubal-Cain, an instructor or artificer in brass and iron, and the sister of Tubal-Cain was Nameh. So Tubal-Cain was a instructor in craftsmen in bronze. He did craft in bronze, and he was good. That what he was, the father of. And he had a sister called the maid, not maid. He had a sister called the maid. Let's keep going. Verse 23. And Lamech said unto his wife, Adah and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wound. For I have slain a man to my wound. He killed a man for wounding him. He hath slain a man to his wound, and a young man to my hurt. He killed a man to his wound for hurting him. He got into it, and on top of that, he ended up killing the man. The second murder. I ain't gonna call it a murder. It probably was in self-defense. We don't know. But he killed a man. Wickedness. Thou shalt not kill. This is why the law had to be given. Because sin was in the world for the law have to be given. We gonna run up on that too as we read. Verse 24. And he said, if Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. So he looking for the same thing. Like Genesis chapter 4, verse 15. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slay Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. So he looking for the mark too, to be upon him. He looking for a 77-fold. The nerve of these wicked people. They look at good to be evil, and they evil they doing to be good. That don't even make sense. How good gonna equal to evil? If I'm doing good, that's evil in their eyes. Me telling y'all the truth, that's evil. Me giving y'all the understanding of who y'all is and breaking this Bible down and letting you know that God only come for you, that you are the chosen one, that's evil. But them running around here killing us, feeding our babies to gators, beating the shit out of us, raping our women, even raping our, sodomiting our boys. That's good. That don't make sense. That don't make sense at all. They are of their father. They are of their father. He was a murderer from the beginning and a liar. Let's keep going. Verse 25. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth. For God said, she had appointed me another seed instead of Abel, who Cain slew. So God gave them another son, and they called his name Seth. The book of Genesis chapter 5 verse 3. And Adam lived 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness. In his likeness, not the likeness of God, not the image of God. Adam was the only one made in the image of God. Adam, man, he was the only one made in the image of God. When you look the definition of Adam, Adam meaning man, mankind, people. But Adam was the only one who was made in the image of God. No other. No other. He said, and Adam lived 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Seth. This the one that he got in 25. Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth. For God said, for God said, she had appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. So he was going to use the righteousness through Abel, who Cain slew. So she appointed him another seed. So this is where the genealogy begins and stuff. You know, God picked once he created Adam. Adam was the one. When he took Adam from amongst everybody else and brought Adam and blew the life of breath in Adam. Adam became a living soul. So that's who he supposed to do. Adam broke the rule. Adam ain't listen. Adam ain't obey God. It's all about obedience. Adam ain't obey God. So now he gave him birth to Cain. He knew Cain wasn't the one. Cain was the oldest. It seemed like God always chose the second. You'll see as we read along. It seemed like he always chose the second son. But they gave birth to Abel. Abel was the one. Abel did righteous. Abel brought better offering, a good offering to the Lord, the best of the best of his flock, the best of the fat. He brought these things to the Lord. And the Lord had respect to him. Respect him. The Lord loved him. The Lord respected his offering and everything. He cared for him. But what? Cain took him away. Devil. So they produced another son and named himself. So now God gonna use him. That's the next one. Verse 20. See, and to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began man to call upon the name of the Lord. And then we began to call upon the name of the Lord, y'all. Yes. So you had Adam, self, it go to self. So we gonna see after that as we go on, but that's the end of Genesis chapter 4. And we'll pick back up with Genesis chapter 5, and I'll bring that back to you. And we're gonna discuss that, because we're gonna have to find out what he finna do with self. But the understanding, what the Spirit give us of Genesis chapter 4, Cain was very angry. He got very raw, angry. And he killed his brother. Wickedness. The moral of the story is, don't let Satan get into your head. Don't let Satan get into your heart, your mind. Occupy yourself. The less things you doing, just sitting around, that give Satan the opportunity to get in your mind, to get in your heart, to deceive you, to lead you to thinking wicked of your fellow brothers or your fellow sister. That's wickedness. Satan is coming to kill, destroy. How it is? He come to destroy and kill. Satan do not love you. We as Israelite, as a nation, the nation of Israel, we have to come back to our Father and start loving the Creator, glorifying the Creator than the creation. Because we glorify the creation, things that been created, instead of the Creator. If this man can create the heavens and the earth and everything that's in it, abode in it, even you, what more you think he'll do for you? He pulled you from his treasure. He pulled you from his treasure. We got to think. We got to get it together, Israel. Is y'all living this way? I don't. So only way we gonna get to where we supposed to be, because we got to come back to the will of the Father. We got to walk like the Messiah walked, the big brother. The light is in you. You the light. You the light for the world to shine. When he said, let there be light, that was you. You the light. The light is you. The word is in you. Come on, Israel. I understand we got 2/3 that ain't gonna hearken. But the 1/3, come on, Israel. Let's go home. Let's go home. Y'all don't want to walk on the streets of gold. Y'all don't want that rest, man. My body's so these, and I got to get ready for work in the next 10, 15, 20 minutes. We got into modern day slavery. We in a rotation. They took us out of the field and put us in these plantation now. These buildings. These warehouses. And we clockwise. I have to be on that clock at 8:50. Do I be there? Yeah. Because my love for the money is to take care, provide for my family, to provide a roof over our head, to raise my kids with. My love for the money ain't to go out there and just throw it around or flash it everywhere or go and buy fancy cars and big ass houses and shit like that. No. No. Things are already high, and the little money that I work hard, I'm not no hustler. I don't hustle. Been cut all that out. I work honestly for my money. So I have to manage my money righteous, paying my bill, supporting my kids. I'm tired of that. Getting up every day on the clockwise, going back and forth to work, Sunday through Thursday. Night shift, overnight, be tired. We got to do better than this, Israel. We got to do better than this. But like I said, man, we got a feast coming up on this Sunday coming up, the 23rd, the blowing of the trumpet in the new moon. And 10 days out of that, we got the atonement. We got to afflict our soul, meaning fast. And the 5th of October start the tabernacle. That's camping. I love the tabernacle. I think this year I'll be camping in my backyard this year because it starts on a Sunday and that's my work week. I got to go to work. I hate that I'm gonna miss that. I ain't gonna be able to camp until that Friday coming up. So instead of me just driving way down there to my land in the country where everybody gonna be, I'm just gonna do it in my backyard, you know. And you know, we don't judge a man on how he celebrate his feast days. So I'm gonna set it up in the backyard and camp out 2 nights back there, Friday night and Saturday night. But Israel, man, it was a wonderful thing sitting here reading that Bible to y'all and getting the understanding of what the Spirit giving us. Like I said, I am Israel, a true seeker of Yahweh. I'd like y'all to like, share, subscribe, and comment so we can get us a live program. We have to do all these things now to be for this, so it can make it around so people can see it. Comment, share it, subscribe, like it. And we can discuss more and more. You can find more and more about yourself, who you are, who this Bible written for, who this Bible belongs to. Not the white man, not the Chinese man, not the Japanese man, not the Arab, not Ishmael. It belongs to the Israelites, and that is you. And with that being said, I want to give all praise and I like to give all praise and honor to the Most High God of Israel, Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, Kwam Yasharala.